best of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.
Okay, folks, good evening. Sorry, a little technical difficulties there. As you can see, the fans in the stands from the east over here. Wait, is that the east? North, south. We're on the west side, actually. Steve Roberts alongside Cole Whelan here in the Den. Leo, Indiana, Leo High School Gymnasium for tonight's matchup between the NE8 conference rivals. Leo Lions and Dekalb Barons. Good evening, Cole. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am well. We're a little out of sorts here, but we're on it now. So we got a good matchup coming in tonight. The Barons of Dekalb are a little battered. You can see some folks standing right in front of the camera shot. Nonetheless, I'm sure they'll sit down once we get action going here. Rod Cohn is the head coach for the Dekalb Barons, 15-23 in his second year at the helm of Dekalb. The Barons come in at 7-8 on the season, and Cole, we were talking a little bit about it during the pregame. Well, not even the pregame, before we got on the air here. They are battered, and they're a little bit bruised up, missing 3 starting seniors. We have Boone Bacon, Jonah Webb, and Logan Cruz all out with injuries, and they got some height. They go from 6'2", 6'3", and 6'5", so it's not like they're missing some non-key players here. Boone Bacon injured his foot, Jonah Webb injured his ankle, and Logan Cruz unfortunately has a broken hand. He's the son of Pastor Stuart Cruz at County Church Guide, where I go to church there. Okay. But yeah, great family, great kid. Unfortunately broke his hand. So he won't be joining the festivities tonight. But the starting lineup for the Dekalb Barons, and we're about to get the tip underway here. Then number 10, Dalton Smith, is a junior. He's 6'2". Number 11, Kyle Dunham, is 6'1", also a junior. Starting also number 30, Cole Richmond, 5'11" freshman. Isaac Brown is 6'4". He's a senior underneath. And one of the other big men, Tyler Pomeroy, just a sophomore. He is going to start number 34. And tipping it is going to be Isaac Brown. And go ahead and cover the starters for the Lions.
So we got number 12, Jeremy Davidson, number 25, Lane Reed, 35, Luke Stoller, 44, Blake Davidson, and number 45, Jacob Kuhan. Yeah, I mess up on names a lot.
That'll happen. You'll get it. No worries. And a turnover to start the game after the tip was gained by Brown, and Leo is going to have the ball underway here in the first quarter. Jeremy Davidson over to Stoller. Back in the wing to Davidson. It's one of the things they like to do. They like to get it outside, run the baseline, and he finds Blake Davidson, number 44, for a triple, and Leo's on the board first here in the first quarter of action.
Jeremy Davidson rocking the nice gold shoes tonight, and that pass was in the third row there.
Yeah, those are. I'm going to say those are like highlighter yellow, not even full.
Yeah.
I mean, we're almost to the Olympics. To go with that theme would make sense. But yeah, those things, they got some. I'm just saying you could use them as like roadside assistance. If your car broke down, just set his shoes out there and cars would miss you. Lane Reed to the jumper. He connects. Leo, a quick 5 points. Tell you what, even despite DeKalb's injury issue. They do have some talent. They look like they were really on in warm-ups, and I know warm-ups are warm-ups, but hey, they definitely had things popping and into the groove, if you will, as Kyle Dunham takes to the left side out to Isaac Brown. 3 ball on the way, and that's off the mark. Rebound by Davison. That was number 30, Cole Richmond, with the miss.
Stoller. Kick it on over to Reed. Driving now. Kicks it on out. Blake thought about it. Drives now. It's about out to Reed, over to Stoller.
That's one thing those Davison and Stoller launches. He's long. No rebound except for Richmond. Cole Richmond. I was going to say, it's one of the things both Davison kids do very, very well. Cole, obviously, you know, they can both shoot it from the outside, which makes them very deceptive when they go for that shot fake and they get that quick first step, as the runner off the mark by Dalton Smith is rebounded by Lane Reed. Yeah, either one of them can pop it just like here off the mark.
Nice rebound
underneath there by Kuhan. And he goes back up, and Jacob Kuhan is on the board. 7-0 run in the first minute and a half, or 2.5 rather, as we have just 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Fast 7 points there for the Lions, as Barron's still looking to score here. As we got Richmond at top. I'm sorry, that's not Richmond, that's Smith.
He just like it because his name's Cole. Nice take to the hoop there. And they're going to call travel as he went ahead and took some steps prior to dribbling, and it's illegal. Can't do that. You knew that, though. I'm guessing. Inbound the ball. Here's Cole Richmond, number 30. Again, he's the lone freshman on the court for the Barons. He's going to take a 3 ball and got it. That looked good from the release. I mean, I just kind of felt that one. Now they narrow the gap down to 2 points, 7-5.
Stoller on the left. Reed.
Now, Reed can take that shot and knock that down. He's done it before, but decides better of it. Back over to Stoller. Leo's going to take whatever they give him, as the drive was off the mark there, or knocked away. Blake Davison. And Jeremy Davison's going to inbound the ball for the Lions.
Stoller.
Yeah, I would say Reed out to Stoller.
Down
Back
low.
door underneath. Nice up and
one. 9-5 lead. 4:30 to go here, and Reed got his 4th point of the night, trying to make it 5.
Yeah, it was just a great give and go there, pretty much. I mean, he went out there and made a great cut, and I think it was Stoller with the assist, or maybe Kuhan, I couldn't remember, was able to get him the ball in a cut, and he did a nice up and under, able to weather the foul. Gives him a trip to the line, knocks down the free throw. So 10-5 is the count. 4:28 and counting here in the first quarter of action. Thanks again for joining us, folks. Steve Roberts alongside Cole Whelan here in the VoiceSportsNetwork.com. AllenCountyVoice.com. Nice take to the hoop, and that is Dalton Smith again. He's got himself a quick 4 points.
Davison with it. Gets it on down low, but that won't work. And it will be Dekalb's ball. Inbounding, Isaac Brown over to Richmond.
Lions at 10-5, looking to break the first part of the double-digit barrier at 10, going to 11 wins. Shot fake, from the outside by Smith. Over a long ball. That was a lot of strength there. Must have pumped the iron a little too hard yesterday.
Reed over to Davison. Driving now. Kicks it on back over. Stoller to Reed.
Davison's going to hit and hang and hit. Yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah,
he likes that little elbow shot from the elbow or the free throw line area. And he does have good levitation. He's a tall kid-ish, 6'1" and change. He could definitely levitate and get up there, and he's one of the better shots you'll see in the state from the high school level. Nice take inside by number 34. That's Tyler Pomeroy. No foul called, and Pomeroy a little upset here. I was talking to Ben Pomeroy and Deanna Pomeroy, friends of mine. I mentioned that before the game. And his mother, Deanna, says, don't be surprised if they have to break up Tyler with some aggressive. I guess he's an aggressive kid. So he likes to grind and get in there. So sometimes he says the referees aren't a fan of him, but yeah, he is a good kid. I've known him for quite a while here. And I'm going to make a score correction. The scoreboard brought to you by the University of St. Francis, 12-7, not 12-9. As Leo inbounds, Lane Reed left it short. Rebound there by Isaac Brown, and it's going to be Cole Richmond taking it back up for the Barons.
Smith with it.
A little fancy dribbling. Aaron Kimball, number 24, now in for the Leo Lions.
Smith trying to get something going. Driving a little bit. Kicks it on down low.
Nice backdoor pass there, and Isaac Brown was the recipient.
2:05 ticking down here in the first quarter, and that pass, little miscommunication there between the brothers.
Jeremy lost the handle, went for a kick out, and Blake was going back to help him, and that's it's not good if you're not there.
Richmond guarded by Reed.
They're going to get...
There's a timeout.
That was a timeout. First timeout of the game. Just a 30-second timeout. And we're going to take a quick 30-second break. I'm not sure what's going to play next here. Well, let's read something. And go. Pick one.
We'll do
all of our great sponsors.
We'll do Marco's Pizza.
How can you not love Marco's? Tell us about Marco's.
For authentic Italian pizza, you can taste, visit in, Leo Dine In, or carry out order now at marcos.com.
That's marcos.com. It's a typo on the on the line sheet here. Yeah, 260-627-2227. It's the number to call. Get yourself some Marcos in your life. You're gonna love your life after that. We'll just leave that there. Back at it. 3-ball on the way. Richmond off the mark. Rebound pulled down there by Dalton Smith.
That'll be no good, and rebounded there by Blake Davison. He loses it, but he gets it on back.
And I look down at my sheet for 1 second. Here we back. Jeremy Davison drive baseline. Kick back out to Kuahan. He's going to take it in.
Oh.
Left it short.
And there's a foul right away on Kuhan there. Minute 13 to go. 3-point lead for the Lions. But it has kind of been a slow game so far. There has been, points obviously, but it just feels like they're not hitting as well as either team should be.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Both defenses are playing pretty solid so far, and the offense on either side, like you said, they haven't really done a whole lot. They have kept it fairly close. That one's short. Rebound by Lane Reed. Nice fight for the rebound as he kicks it back to Davison. Leo's going to take it down for probably the last shot. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. 12-9 is the score. Brought to you by the University of St. Francis scoreboard.
Davison driving, kicking it on out. Kimball with the ball now.
Thought about it. Thought better of it. Here's Blake Davison.
25 seconds ticking down here in the first
and we've seen this before where Jeremy will hold it. Now this time he passes it over to Kimball.
14 ticks left.
Back to Kuhan. Here's Jeremy Davison. Double team, kick over. Lane Reed back out to Kimball for 3. Off the mark, no good. 2 seconds left.
Jeremy jacks one up and it almost falls, but we got a 3-point ball game at the end of the first quarter.
And we will be right back after a quick word from Peyton's Northern.
Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days. To apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com.
And here we are, back. And get the scoreboard changed. Brought to you by the University of St. Francis. Second quarter action. Leo and Dekalb. Here's Lane Reed on the jumper on the baseline. Off the mark, no good. Rebound coming back. Isaac Brown kicks it back outside to Richmond, sorry. That wasn't even Richmond.
Getting down on the ground there a little bit, and there's going to be a foul there.
Yep, Lane Reed committed the foul there on Pomeroy.
Well, that's going to be number 22, Parker James.
Oh, they call that on James. Okay. Yeah. So Parker James did check in for Jacob Kuhan on the Leo Lions side of things. Dalton Smith working against Jeremy Davison on top of the key.
Spinning, getting down low. Trying to create something, kicking it on out. Thought about it, but kicks it on over to Richardson. Smith now driving, pops it.
They gave him that shot. Nice rebound by Pomeroy, off the mark, no good. Oh, and Pomeroy got hit by his own man, and he went down, back the other way. Here's Jeremy Davison for three, and he got all that one.
Flash. There's going to be a time. Oh, there's going to be a substitution here. We got in number 20, Caleb Nixon.
Yeah, he checks in for Dalton Smith. Yeah, it's a rebound there, and
yeah,
I think it might have been Dalton Smith that came in and kind of put one right on Tyler Pomeroy's face there, and Pomeroy went right to the ground, able to get back up and play on.
Dunham down low. Richardson. Driving right, kicking it on over. Brown now with it.
Leo doing a good job of cutting off lanes, passing lanes, that is.
Yeah.
Blake Davison, a little slap there on Kyle Dunham. Nixon.
Brown now with
over
it.
to Brown, yep.
Richmond with it. Taking a lot of time off the clock here as we only got 5:50 to go in the first half here at the Den. And that ball will be picked away. And up comes Reed, and he thought a little too much of it, but a nice tip in by Kimball there.
Yeah, I was caught watching the game, not the monitor. Sorry about that, folks. 17-9 is the score off an errant pass and a fast break and a missed layup there by Lane Reed, but a follow-up by Kimball, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 17-9 is the score.
Brown driving and
nice
gets
take
it to fall.
Nice take to the lane there by Brown. Able to get the finger roll to fall.
Davison up top. Gets it on over to Blake.
Davison.
Kimball down. Reed pops it. And that won't fall, and there'll be a foul.
Parker James reaching in on that one. That's going to be his second. And the team's third.
Just under 5 minutes to go, 17-11. And there's a foul on number 44. Blake Davison.
That was on 22. Parker James. Yeah, you got that wrong. Scoreboard's wrong. Maybe they was on 44. Who knows? Anyways, back in the action here. 3 ball on the way from the freshman. Got it! Cole Richmond.
17-14, 3-point ball game there.
Yeah, lacing the net from the outside there.
Reed, Kimball.
Here's Koch. Andrew Koch sees action on the JV and on the varsity side. Great ball player, only a sophomore. We'll see a lot of him in the next couple years. As the baseline pass was knocked out of bounds by Dalton Smith, it's going to remain Leo ball. And 4 minutes, 18 seconds here in quarter number 2. Yeah, it looks like another substitution coming in for the Barons, number 12, John Bell. And he's going to replace Isaac Brown. He's going to get a little rest. Kuhan over to Kimball, out to Jeremy Davison.
And there's a foul on the ground there. And
yeah, they call that one on the blocks.
that was on Dalton Smith.
Yeah, his second and the team's third. So not a ton of fouls here in the first half to speak of, Cole.
Yeah.
And a fairly clean game, albeit low scoring, as we mentioned earlier. So we'll see. We know that Leo can come out with a solid 15 to 20 point quarter, let alone in the half. We'll see if they can turn it up. And the 3 ball on the way. No rebounders there for the missed shot by Aaron Kimball. And Cole Richmond,
Driving, puts it on up, gets fouled and 1 there. And a chance to tie the ball game for Dekalb.
We call that the what? The old-fashioned? The old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned three-pointer. Back before there wasn't even a three-point line. I remember exactly when that came into effect. I think it was early 70s, I believe, they drew up the three-point line. Way back in the day, it didn't even exist. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Wilt Chamberlain, when he scored 100 points, there wasn't even a three-point line. And not that he's going to shoot 3 points anyways. He was 7 foot tall. I digress. Dalton Smith at the line, left it long. Rebound, Blake Davison. Ahead to Jeremy Davison and Leo. With 3:30 has the ball. Still the 17-16 lead. A small edge for the Lions. Davison found Kuhan underneath. A nice dish and a nice connection. Nice hit of the shot there. 3 ball.
Good there by number 20, Caleb Nixon.
Yeah, he was a substitute off the bench earlier, we saw. And he comes in and hits one off the wing. A big-time shot. Jeremy Davison trying to match him. Does.
JD's got his 8th point of the night. Got 3 minutes to go here in the first half in the den.
22-19 is the score. So as the minutes tick away, the baskets keep falling here for both teams. Pomeroy looks to kick it out. It does. Here's the wing. Isaac Brown on the wing.
Down low is tipped away by Stoller there, and it will remain.
Yeah, they had a nice. I'd say they had a nice give and go set up there with Pomeroy. He set the screen out, rolled to the right side of the hoop, but it was a good defensive effort to knock down the entry pass there by Kuhan. Here's another 3 ball by Nixon. That could have been a big shot if that falls. Tied the game up. Brown thought about it. Tries it. That's just a shot. 2, though. So Leo still a 1-point lead, 22-21. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half of action here. Again from Leo, Indiana in the den. Nice pass on the wing. Not the wing, on the on that part. You know, that one part.
Yeah.
But Lane Reed went right with Jeremy Davison the entire time. That's going to be an air ball short.
It's going to be another foul.
And that one's called on Pomeroy. He's not really happy about that one, but nonetheless. last play down there, you saw it. I mean, Lane Reed and Jeremy Davison just kind of mirrored each other.
Yeah.
He stayed to the outside, kind of like an option guy if you're running the football,
Yeah.
you know. Davison did a good job of getting it out to him, and Lane hit the wide-open layup. Here's Reed from a wide-open three off the mark, in and out. Oh!
Wow.
Almost down. Isaac Brown rebounds. Back the other way for the Barons. Drive left, kick out the outside. Here's Smith.
Under a minute and a half to go here.
Oh, I forgot to knock down that two-pointer there. 24-21 is the score.
Nixon gets it deflected by Jeremy Davison.
It'll remain Dekalb ball. Depends on where you're from. If you're from there, it could be Dekalb or it could be Dekalb. Which emphasis you put on which syllable, you know what I mean? So, you never know. I'm sure everybody on this side of the arena here will have an opinion on that as the shot went begging. And a rebound by Smith. Left-handed and good. Nice rebound and put back there by Dalton Smith. 23-24. Under a minute now in the first half of action.
Davison trying to work something. Gets a nice lob and one there. Down low and going to the line is Jacob Kuhan.
Kuhan with the chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. I have to quantify that.
44.5 in the second quarter here. 26-23, Lions lead.
Well, that one's off the mark. That's going to stay here. Yeah, that is a good call. It was kicked out of bounds there by Brown. Off the foot, couldn't handle it.
Davison to inbound. Get it to Lane Reed.
Haven't heard a whole lot from Stoller. He is scoreless this far, and I mean he's one of the utility players. He can get on fire and haunch it up there as good as anybody else. 28 seconds left, and Leo's going to hold for the last shot, most likely. But yeah, so far a quiet game, as mentioned, from Luke Stoller, number 35, top of your screen there. Here's Davison.
15 seconds to go.
Over to Jeremy Davison, 6 seconds. He's going to stop, kick out. Here's Stoller. There's a three.
First points in the notes there. And we got no time left on the clock here.
And a halftime score, Leo, 29. DeKalb, 23. And we'll be back after several messages from our sponsors. And that'll do it for the first half. Cole Whelan, Steve Roberts, AllenCountyVoice.com, VoiceSportsNetwork.com. Be back after this.
You know that at L&S Alignment, they know auto repair from A to Z, but even this fact isn't enough to convince everyone of the superior service you'll receive. So just to let you know, they know their ABCs about auto repair, not only frontwards, but backwards. Don't believe us? Well, then here we go. Z.
Zoom or zip on with your car, truck, or RV, domestic or foreign.
Y.
You get the best advice and service.
X.
Extremely knowledgeable about your vehicle.
W.
Water pumps.
V.
Vibration damper. Cars have those?
Told you, they've got all parts for all vehicles. U.
Universal joints.
T.
Thermostats.
S.
Suspension.
R.
Radiators.
Q.
Quick service.
P.
Pistons.
O.
Oil pumps.
N.
Nose panels.
Nose panels.
Zoom time.
M.
Mufflers.
L.
Linkage.
K.
Knee assembly.
J.
Jounce brackets.
Jounce brackets.
Hey, you asked.
I.
Ignitions.
H.
Hydraulic hoses.
G.
Gear assembly.
F.
Filters.
E.
Exhaust systems.
D.
Drive shafts.
C.
Carburetors.
B.
Batteries.
And A.
Air conditioning.
Frontwards or backwards, it's the same great service. L&S Alignment on Hartsville Road in New Haven, where quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
What will you find at Marco's Pizza in Leo? Dough made fresh every day, along with sauces and blended cheeses that are the foundation for robust meats and the freshest vegetables for authentic Italian pizza you can taste. Marco's Pizza, locally owned and operated for 12 years. They offer dine-in, delivery, or carry-out. But not only for pizza, they have subs, wings, salads, and more. Call 627-2227 or order online at marcos.com. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in Leo. Authentic Italian pizza you can taste.
Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days. To apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com.
You know that at L&S Alignment, they know auto repair from A to Z, but even this fact isn't enough to convince everyone of the superior service you'll receive. So just to let you know, they know their ABCs about auto repair, not only frontwards, but backwards. Don't believe us? Well, then here we go. Z.
Zoom or zip on in with your car, truck, or RV, domestic or foreign.
Y.
You get the best advice and service.
X.
Extremely knowledgeable about your vehicle.
W.
Water pumps.
V.
Vibration damper. Cars have those?
Told you, they've got all parts for all vehicles. U.
Universal joints.
T.
Thermostats.
S.
Suspension.
R.
Radiators.
Q.
Quick service.
P.
Pistons.
O.
Oil pumps.
N.
Nose panels.
Nose panels.
Zoom-time.
M.
Mufflers.
L.
Linkage.
K.
Knee assembly.
J.
Jounce brackets.
Jounce brackets.
Hey, you asked.
I.
Ignitions.
H.
Hydraulic hoses.
G.
Gear assembly.
F.
Filters.
E.
Exhaust system.
B.
Drive shaft.
C.
Carburetors.
B.
Batteries.
And A.
Air conditioning.
Frontwards or backwards, it's the same great service. L&S Alignment on Hartsville Road in New Haven, where quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
What will you find at Marco's Pizza in Leo? Dough made fresh every day, along with sauces and blended cheeses that are the foundation for robust meats and the freshest vegetables for authentic Italian pizza you can taste. Marco's Pizza, locally owned and operated for 12 years. They offer dine-in, delivery, or carry-out. But not only for pizza, they have subs, wings, salads, and more. Call 627-2227 or order online at marcos.com. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in Leo. Authentic Italian pizza you can taste.
Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days. To apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com.
You know that at L&S Alignment, they know auto repair from A to Z, but even this fact isn't enough to convince everyone of the superior service you'll receive. So just to let you know, they know their ABCs about auto repair, not only frontwards, but backwards. Don't believe us? Well, then here we go. Z.
Zoom or zip on in with your car, truck, or RV, domestic or foreign.
Y.
You get the best advice and service.
X.
Extremely knowledgeable about your vehicle.
W.
Water pumps.
V.
Vibration damper. Cars have those?
Told you, they've got all parts for all vehicles. U.
Universal joints.
T.
Thermostats.
S.
Suspension.
R.
Radiators.
Q.
Quick service.
P.
Pistons.
O.
Oil pumps.
N.
Nose panels.
Nose panels.
Zoom time.
M.
Mufflers.
L.
Linkage.
K.
Knee assembly.
J.
Jounce brackets.
Jounce brackets.
Hey, you asked.
I.
Ignitions.
H.
Hydraulic hoses.
G.
Gear assembly.
F.
Filters.
E.
Exhaust system.
D.
Drive shaft.
C.
Carburetors.
B.
Batteries.
And A.
Air conditioning.
Frontwards or backwards, it's the same great service. L&S Alignment on Hartsville Road in New Haven, where quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
What will you find at Marco's Pizza in Leo? Dough made fresh every day, along with sauces and blended cheeses that are the foundation for robust meats and the freshest vegetables for authentic Italian pizza you can taste. Marco's Pizza, locally owned and operated for 12 years. They offer dine-in, delivery, or carry-out. But not only for pizza, they have subs, wings, salads, and more. Call 627-2227 or order online at marcos.com. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in Leo. Authentic Italian pizza you can taste.
Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days. To apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctors, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy, and IPT accepts all insurance coverage. With extended hours, we are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offer same-day appointments. We have 17 conveniently located clinics with 7 in Fort Wayne and 1 each in Angola, Auburn, Bluffton, Columbia City, Goshen, Huntington, Kendallville, New Haven, and Warsaw. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. We will get you back to work, play, and life. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com. At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
All right, folks, welcome back. Halftime score here from Leo, Indiana is Leo 29, Dekalb 23. Just about to get a second half underway. We had a little halftime stat action delivered to us by Statman Josh. Cole, what's it look like?
Well, I just found some interesting facts that so Jeremy Davison with 8 points right now, and one fact that really stood out to me was that he has 5 assists right now.
Wow, that's a very good
Yeah.
first half stat line. 8 points with 5 assists in just 16 minutes of play.
He's also 2 of 3 from 3-point land, and we also got Lane Reed with 7 points, Jacob Kuhan with 6 points. And then on the Dekalb side of things, we got Dalton Smith with 3 assists and 8 points. We got 2 guys in the 6 points here. That's Cole Richmond and Isaac Brown. And that's what's happening here.
Yeah, so
in the
both
first
teams,
half.
right? So both teams doing a pretty good job of getting at least a few guys in the action. You know, more key players as opposed to role players. And of course, we talked a little bit about Luke Stoller for the Lions. He hit a 3-pointer there at the buzzer, if you will, to make it a 29-23 game. Other than that, you know, obviously have a 6-point spread now, but it's been a pretty close affair the whole time out. And we talked about at the onset here with DeKalb having a lot of injuries. Weren't sure how they were going to be able to hang with the speed and the shooting and the defense that Leo can exhibit, and they've done a great job so far.
Yeah. Second half about to start here as DeKalb's already out there. Leo getting on out there as we got some of the starters out there for us.
For Leo,
sorry.
That is the starting lineup, actually. Jeremy Davison, Lane Reed, Luke Stoller, Blake Davison, and Jacob Kuhan. And Dalton Smith, Kyle Dunham, Cole Richmond, Isaac Brown, and Tyler Pomeroy for the Barons. So starters and starters. It's like deja vu all over again. 3 ball on the way. Left it long. Nice job of rebounding there by Kuhan, and he almost had it taken away there by Isaac Brown as he came over the back and immediately put his hands up to not get called for a foul. Lane Reed slips and falls, dishes it to Kuhan. A little give and go back to Reed, and he's got an easy lefty layup.
That's his 9th point of the night.
He now becomes the leading scorer of all scorers, in fact. 23-31. 3 ball.
Off the mark, rebounded by Reed, and he'll give it up. Stoller now pressing, and shot that won't go. It'll be a foul.
I thought he got a little contact, tried for the up and under with a lot of little English, or maybe it was Spanish or German. I'm not sure what language it was. It was tried to do the old spinneroonie off the backboard. Didn't get it to go. And we have Baron basketball as Dalton Smith takes it up for the Barons. Over to Brown underneath.
Alley-oop there did not work.
Yeah, almost an alley-oop there. And here's Lane Reed. Takes it strong to the hoop. And that's one thing Lane Reed does really good.
Yeah.
He has a very strong move to the basket, but when he gets there, he's got the soft enough touch to offset his speed.
Yeah.
That's a very difficult thing to do if you have that explosive drive to the hoop. So nice job there by Lane. 33-23 is the score, brought to you by the University of St. Francis scoreboard. As we have Pomeroy out top. Give and go back to Pomeroy.
A nice block there by Lane Reed.
Pomeroy goes down.
3-pointer on the way. Blake Davison off the mark.
Left it short, off of Stoller, and then off of Kyle Dunham. It's going to remain Leo ball. Blake Davison is able to connect on one of those 3-pointers earlier in the game. That one, not so much.
He's got it here.
Going to try another one. He's a shooter.
Got it. Yeah.
He's a shooter, and shooters just keep shooting. That's how that goes. It's going to be another timeout from DeKalb.
As Leo has a 13-point lead with 5:50 to go in the third quarter of action here from the Den.
Yeah, so again, we talked about deja vu, right?
Yeah.
So a quick 7 points, 29-23 was the halftime score.
Yeah.
A quick 7 points for Leo here in the third quarter. Same thing they did in the first quarter. As obviously they were able to hit on a 3-pointer there and get a couple of good buckets with a little give-and-go drive at Lane Reed. Lane Reed had a steal, got another drive. So, I mean, there's your quick 7 points, right? And we're $1:10 into the third quarter. as it sits. Or I'm sorry, 210. Carry the 2. Yeah, 210. But nonetheless, a good game. And if you are Coach Rod Cohn, you got to be over here in the huddle saying, guys, we got to stop these guys defensively. We need to play more aggressive. We need to get more turnovers because they're not going to have a chance to beat them any other way. They need to be able to intercept some passes and get some steals. And not to mention crash the boards. It's all kind of cliche. It's what you need to do to win games, right? But it really applies here. And they need to work hard on offense to get that open shot. So we'll see what happens as the quarter persists with 5:46 and counting here in the third quarter of action. Thanks again for joining us, folks. Steve Roberts alongside Cole Wieland. Leo, Indiana here for the game between the Leo Lions and the Dekalb Barons, NE8 conference action. Leo currently holding that 13-point advantage fairly early in the second half. I did the same thing you did. Runner on the baseline. Nice shot that time by Dalton Smith. It's a little bit long, and we're going to have a foul called.
It's on Kyle Dunham.
Okay, I didn't see it.
His second foul. And we got Davison bringing it up the floor for the Lions.
Quick pass, Stoller looks to kick it out, and he does. Here's Kuhan for a 3-ball off the mark.
And he slips and falls and almost loses out of bounds right there.
Referee was standing right there. He was ready to call. Nice poke steal by Blake Davison. Lost the handle. Looking for a fast break and found one. But here's Jeremy Davison. Kick back out to Stoller. Stoller, shot fake. Little runner off the glass. Left it short. Box out rebound there. Nice job there by Kyle Dunham to come down with the board. And he's going to come back the other way for the Barons. 4:30 and counting here in the third quarter. Richmond over to Brown.
Smith dishes it down low to Brown, and we'll get it back out. 3-ball on the way. Money by Kyle Dunham. And we got a 10-point ball game here.
Yeah, it was a nice job of showing some patience there that time by the Barons. Working the ball around until they got a comfortable open shot. We have a bad pass there. Lane Reed off of his foot. Now we have Dalton Smith back the other way. He's going to drive to the hoop. Nice aggressive drive, and he got the foul.
Trying to get the three-pointer the old-fashioned way here as we go to the stripe.
Absolutely. A great aggressive drive, and he was able to hang and hit and absorb the contact there by Jeremy Davison.
Just under 4 minutes to go here. Trying to make this a 7-point ball game is number 10, Dalton Smith.
Yeah, so a couple of big possessions, regardless of whether this goes down, and it does. A 13-point lead, now down to just 7, as you mentioned, Cole, in 2 quick trips and some good defense and good shots. I think if you're the Barons, you got to be satisfied with that because just now in the third quarter, as Kimball off the mark and the runner, and Blake Davidson's going to shoot it. He's got that one all day. Off the mark that time. And it's going to be a foul on Parker James. Pomeroy got fouled that time. But yeah, I mean, you got to like what you're seeing if you're a Barons fan.
Yeah.
That huge lead of 36-23 now dribbled down there to just 7 with 3:29. So a lot of time for the Barons. They needed that stop. Otherwise, it could have got real bad real quick. 3-ball off the mark. That time no good by Isaac Brown. Rebound. Layden Reed kicked it over to Aaron Kimball. Blake Davison. Top of the key over to Lane Reed. He's going to drive baseline. Quick step over to Kimball. Got it.
Nice.
3-ball, Aaron Kimball.
Back to a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, so we'll see how much fight they have in them if they can keep getting some stops and chipping away at the lead. Nice pass by Pomeroy. Runner by Nixon off the mark. No good. And Pomeroy's going to be called for the foul on the rebound. That's just Tyler Pomeroy's first. And team's second foul, 2:44.
Davison bringing it up the floor for the Leo Lions. And he'll get it to Reed.
Little give and go handoff. Back to Reed. Over to Davison. 3-ball. Got it!
They really like that play. I've seen that play a couple times this game, and it really pays off when Blake Davison can hit that.
Yeah, I mean, and to Dekalb's credit, they have to play honest on Lane Reed and on Jeremy Davison, and it's going to leave somebody open on the backside, whether it's Blake Davison or Aaron Kimball or Luke Stoller. Somebody's usually going to be open on the backside as the bucket goes down there, and that was number 10, Dalton Smith, and we're going to have a timeout called. Back, I'm not sure who called that. That was Dekalb, and it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a brief moment to thank all the sponsors once again. Indiana Physical Therapy, Grable Insurance, L&S Alignment, Marco's Pizza, University of St. Francis, and Peyton's Northern. Speaking of Peyton's Northern, if you're in the Bluffton area, and I know you're not, but I am not either, in fact. And if you are, Peyton's Northern is a Kroger company. They're now hiring in the Bluffton area, and if you're 18 years of age, you're able to work 10-hour days, and you can pass a background and pre-employment screening as well as lift something like 40, 50 pounds. You got to be at least a little bit in shape here, folks. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution and search Bluffton. Again, that's Peyton's Northern doing some hiring. Go to jobs.kroger.com, click on Logistics and Distribution, and search Bluffton.
Davison bringing it up the floor.
As we have just 2 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Reed's
going to launch one off the mark. No good. Rebound by Brown. Kicked it over in the corner. Off the mark.
And that'll be fought for down low, and Dekalb gets it back.
Nice job by Pomeroy falling down there and kicked it back out there. Somehow got it out.
And there's going to be a foul on Lane Reed, I believe.
Yeah, Cole Richmond took it to the rack there that time. And he was fouled. So, not a ton of 6 fouls here in the third quarter total. 4 by Leo and 2 by Dekalb. Nice kick out and swing around off the mark. And Pomeroy went up for another rebound. Tough kid, plays hard. Went up for an aggressive rebound and did do a little body there. Had a little body on the foul. Nonetheless, Leo ball.
Oh.
And it passed, knocked away, intercepted there by Dalton Smith. And Isaac Brown's going to come out here for the Barons.
Davison inbounding, gets it over to Blake.
Davison. I just finished that sentence for you.
Kimball with it. Gets it over to Jeremy Davison. Kimball a 3. That's a little long. Be rebounded by Dalton Smith.
Smith the other way. He thought about maybe a 3 over to Pomeroy. Drives, kicks out. Here's the 3 ball on the way. Got it. Off the mark. Take that back. Looked good. It did.
Yeah, it did.
Nice pass there by Pomeroy for a 3 ball and couldn't connect. I tell you what, Tyler Pomeroy's made some great passes, usually falling down.
Yeah.
We've seen like 2 or 3 of them now where he gets to the board and just a quick kick out pass to somebody and they're on the money. So great job by him. And at the end of the day, you just got to have the guys that are going to connect on him.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 2, they had a pretty bad brick and also an air ball. So definitely not what you want to see if you're the Barons on that end of it. But we're under 35 seconds now. Third quarter. Pass underneath, kick out. Here's Smith looking for somebody. Drives. Here's a kick to Nixon. Nixon for a 3. He's hit like 2 or 3 of those. Great stroke there by Caleb Nixon, that is. And now it is inside of a 8-point game here in the third quarter, so the Barons keeping it close. But this is usually when Leo...
And they're going to call foul there with 4.3 to go in the third quarter. The Cal fans over here wanting to travel, but we're going to get a foul called.
Yeah, that was, even if he didn't get fouled, I think it was only 2 steps. It was a long 2 steps. It was kind of odd, but
The foul was on Cole Richmond.
Blake throws it in the backcourt. Jeremy Davidson threw it in the backcourt, stole away. Nonetheless, I got caught just watching. Anyways, that is the end of the third quarter. We'll be back after a moment of broadcasting messages. Our sponsors with the fourth quarter of action. 42-34 is the score here from Leo.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter about to get underway here from Leo, Indiana. Cole Whelan is sitting to my right. I am sitting to his left. My name's Steve Roberts. Again, Cole Whelan with me. VoiceSportsNetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com. Fourth quarter is now underway as Jeremy Davison nearly had it stole away by Dalton Smith. And Leo's going to start things out with a little swing around to Kuhan.
Kimball with it.
Over
Down.
to Blake Davison in the corner. He's going to shoot a 3.
Bang!
He likey lots. That is his 12th point. Pretty sure those are all on 3-pointers as well, as pass was stolen away by Kuhan.
Kimball. Driving, giving it on over. Jeremy Davison with it. Drives, pop. Oh, he kicks it on over. Blake Davison a 3. No good that time, and rebounded by Tyler Pomeroy.
So 45-34 is the score, Cole. down 11 with 7 minutes left. Hanging off the mark was Smith. Dekalb has to get a couple of stops, obviously has to get a couple of scores to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And Jeremy Davison has other plans in mind as he knocks down a 3-pointer, his 11th point of the game. So now we have Jeremy Davison 11 points, Blake Davison 12 points, and Lane Reed 6 points. Kuhan still has 6 as well, and Aaron Kimball, last guy on the floor for the Lions, has 5. So definitely equal opportunity scoring going on for the Lions.
Yeah.
A drive and hang and hit. Nice shot that time there by Isaac Brown. Aggressive move to the hoop, and we have a 48-36 ball game. So cut it in back to 12. Here's a hanger off the glass, and it's Jeremy Davison. So I think as time goes on, that just may be a little bit too much for the Barons to handle, Cole. Let me get back focusing on the game. Sorry about that. We have ourselves a 50-36 goal. I could be wrong, of course. Any team can make a run.
Yeah.
It's high school basketball at any level. Nice take to the hole there by Pomeroy.
Another timeout called.
And it was Kuhan underneath trying to get the charge, but no charge was called. So we'll be back after a quick message. A little 30-second message from Grable Insurance.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Alrighty. We're back. 5:48. Thoughts for the rest of the game, Cole? Go.
I just think that Leo is they're just playing so well right now that it's going to be really hard for Dekalb to come back. But again, we could be wrong on that because,
Sure.
I mean, runs like just their down low game, Dekalb's down low game, I really think is really good. I mean, that's what got them the last point here within the 12-point game now. But like Jeremy Davison has just been going nuts right now. He has 12 points. But then again, Lane Reed is doing really well too, and so is Blake Davison right after he misses there.
Yeah, the three-headed monster for the Lions has been doing some damage thus far. And they're causing trouble for him as Dalton Smith has a shot go off the mark and rebounded by Davison. Here's what Leo likes to do, likes to run and gun. And a shot off the glass there by Lane Reed gets Leo back up by 14.
That's his 13th point of the night. Isaac Brown steps back, three-pointer on the way, no good.
Yeah, he has really struggled from the three-point line tonight, has Isaac Brown.
Lane Reed, wide open, going to take that, and he's going to make it fall.
I almost had him in the shot, too.
16 points for Lane Reed.
Yeah, and that's we talked about before. That's what Leo can do to you so easily.
Yeah.
And not easily all the time, but when it happens, it usually happens with ease, and it's stringing together some buckets. So they play aggressively on defense. They can knock down shots from pretty much all over the court, and they can put a hurt on you real quick as we have Pomeroy top of the key looking to dribble. Kicks it out. Here's a three ball. And it's in and out. Oh, my land. About as far down as in as it could go.
Wow.
And it popped out and rolled out. That shot off the mark that time by Kyle Dunham, but Pomeroy with the rebound. Got hacked in the act, and he's going to go to the line for a couple of free throws. So the big sophomore left it short. But we're going to see a lot from these guys in the coming seasons. You know, Dalton Smith, Kyle Dunham, Cole Richmond, and Tyler Pomeroy are all going to be back next year for DeKalb. So what better time to get these guys gelling together and playing together as a unit than now, of course. And the second shot off the mark. Rebound that time. Nice job putting it back by Isaac Brown. And it's a 55 to 40 ball game. 4 minutes and counting. DeKalb's going to need a stop here as Davison drives and kicks. Couple kicks from Koch.
Davison, runner in the lane, no good, and it'll be tipped away and into the hands of Dalton Smith.
Yeah, Andrew Koch, number 34, has checked in for the Lions.
Isaac Brown lost his handle a little bit, got it back.
Here's Smith in the corner trying to get something going. Drives in hard. Little elbow shove, no call. Rebound by Koch, tipped away and maintained by Isaac Brown.
It's a little long on the layup there, but a nice find up to Koch, and he will get the layup to go. 57-40 ball game, 17-point lead by the Lions. And that's Koch's first points of the night.
Yeah, we talked about him earlier. Great ball handler, great shooter as well. He plays both JV and varsity, gets minutes on both.
And one there for the Barons.
Yeah, drive by the big guy Pomeroy, and he gets one to go. Could be an old-fashioned three-pointer. Anyways. Easy for me to say. Unsuccessful on his last trip to the line with a couple of shots. He'll have a chance to knock down one to complete the three-point play here from the line. And that one looks good. Nice shot there that time. And three-point play is completed. That is his 5th point of the game. So 57-43 is the score, brought to you by the University of St. Francis scoreboard.
Davison just looking to chew clock a little bit.
Out to Reed to Kuhan. Here's Chase Bates, number 32, underclassman. Nice drive there by Koch and a kick over to Kuhan, and he was a little too close there for comfort. Unable to knock it down. So, yeah, number 32, Chase Bates, a sophomore, has now checked in for the Lions. Chase, good hard player, good kid, comes from a good family. They're Michigan fans, too, by the way. His dad, Tom, and I know each other pretty well. Good Michigan fan, never a bad thing. Here's a kick out, another kick out. 3 ball. Left it all the way short. Pomeroy, that was a pass. That was a pass to Pomeroy. That was a pass to Pomeroy nonetheless. 45-57, so $1.41. You're only down 12.
Yeah.
Only down 12.
I mean, it is a little hard.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
We got $1.41 here to go. And I want to take this time out and thank Indiana Physical Therapy, celebrating 29 years in business, is the choice for your physical therapy, Cole. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They can see you the same day you call. They accept all insurances. Call them at area code 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com. Once again, it's INDIANAPT.com. Also, Grable Insurance, they want to provide you the protection from the unfortunate things that can often and do often happen. Visit Ray Gage or Arnie Myers at their office on Pony Express Run in Leo to get the best coverage you can afford. That's Grable Insurance. So both teams going to take the floor again now.
JD staying out for the Lions as well as Lane Reed.
Yep. We have Bates, Koch, Reed, Jeremy Davison, and Luke Stoller on the floor for the Lions. It's going to be kind of clock-chewing mode.
Chase Bates driving, putting it up, and he got it to go off the glass there.
A nice move by Bates. Heavily guarded that time by Cole Richmond.
That won't
and
fall.
And Lane Reed had a nice defensive effort on Pomeroy, made him go to his weak arm to the left side, and Pomeroy wasn't able to get it to fall. So 59-45 is the score. Minute 4 left in the game. And Leo just working around the perimeter. And Jeremy Davison steps back, and that's going to pretty much do it, folks. 50 seconds left.
Drives, gets
so
it poked
Stoller
away.
Lost the handle. Here's Caleb Nixon's going to take it up against 2 Lions. Going to call a foul on Bates that time as Reed was there to help him out. That is on white 32. That is Chase Bates. He's saying, yeah, not sure what happened there, but anyways.
First one is good.
Caleb Nixon knocks one down. And second one is good. So back to a 12-point game, just 40 seconds left. So about going to wrap it up here for us. Stick around for a brief, short, and sweet post-game show brought to you by Grable Insurance. Wow, it's like we're simpatico on that. Bates being guarded once again by Cole Richmond. Here's Koch. No real intention to go into the hoop. They just called 5 seconds, and Koch is unsure why they called 5 seconds. So nonetheless, a turnover, and we're going to have maybe a drive or a three-pointer hoisted up by Dekalb. Who knows?
10 seconds to go here. Long three-pointer is off the mark there. And Leo will take the ball with 3. Oh, maybe not.
Stolen back. Here's a shot in the corner.
That will be no good.
So 12-point victory. Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
As the final score, Leo 59, Dekalb 47. We will be back.
I like what you're saying.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctors, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy, and IPT accepts all insurance coverage. With extended hours, we are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offer same-day appointments. We have 17 conveniently located clinics with 7 in Fort Wayne and 1 each in Angola, Auburn, Bluffton, Columbia City, Goshen, Huntington, Kendallville, New Haven, and Warsaw. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. We will get you back to work, play, and life. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by the Grable Insurance. Steve Roberts alongside Cole Whelan. Final score here from Leo is Leo 59, Dekalb 47 in the NE8 matchup. Cole, we're going to talk about the player of the game, and I got one for you. It's a tough one.
Okay.
It's a tough one. We had some great scoring on both teams. Let's talk a little bit about Dekalb. We had the leading scorer for Dekalb, Dalton Smith, with 13 points. Isaac Brown had 10. Caleb Nixon chipped in 8 points and had 2 for 4 from three-point range. Got a nice shot on him. As well as Cole Richmond with 6 points. On the Leo side of things, Jeremy Davison, second in scoring for the Lions with 13 points. Lane Reed got himself 16 points.
Wow.
Lane Reed came off a 27-point effort there last week against Belmont, at Belmont. I was actually not scoring. I wasn't covering the game. I was the official scorebook for the game. But Lane Reed had a great game. He shot the lights out when he got the ball, and he was doing what he always does and takes it to the rim. But 27-point effort. He had 16 tonight. Blake Davidson had 12 points as well for the Leo Lions. But the stat that sticks out to me the most, and we talked a little bit about it at the halftime with Jeremy Davison had 8 points and 5 assists. He finishes with 13 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. Now, Lane Reed had himself 7 rebounds and 16 points, but I'm going to go ahead and give the player of the game, brought to you by Grable Insurance, to Jeremy Davison. That 9 assists is huge. It's almost a double-double with assists and points. I mean, and, you know, sharing is caring, right? So that'll about do it for us here, folks. Again, congratulations to the player of the game, Jeremy Davison, as well as Coach Cogdale and the Leo Lions. Next broadcast we have for you will probably be on the 10th, I believe, of February. I can't tell you who that's against right now.
I'm not sure.
Top of my head. Nonetheless, check your local listings. Tune back in. We will be back and cover all the action here for you. So thanks for joining me again, Cole.
Yeah, thanks for having me out.
Appreciate it, as always. And for Cole Whelan, my name is Steve Roberts of VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. And we'll be back next time with another fun game. Thanks a lot for joining us.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.